Yo, yo, yo. We are not ending the stream until we get at least one of these icons. Oh, we got two already. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you tomorrow. Peace. Just kidding. How you guys doing? Welcome. I love how USA were talking about Mexico when they were losing, and the next day they lost. Yeah. I could make a million excuses, but yep. Hard to win games when you have 10 men. Good evening. What's up, bud? Best stream ever? Just you wait. If you think this is the best stream ever, just you wait. We're going to have at least one questionable moment, one cancelable moment, and then pure comedy for the rest. Yeah, good start so far. We got one of the worst ones and one of the better ones. We are getting Dino this week. I don't care. We're getting Dino. I've made I've made 400 of the 79 triples, not knowing that they were going to come back. Hold on. I gotta real quick change the title. I can milk the crafting upgrade. FOF crafting upgrade. 1 second, chat. We gotta milk this real quick. Thoughts on the new Evo? I did not see it. Hold on. Yeah, boys. I hate to break it to you. I will not be doing the FOF crafting upgrade anymore. Some of you might ask if it's good value, if it's bad value. Is it worth going through and doing, what is it, 160? My complaint is always the same. Whatever they give us, I get it done in like an hour. So, my complaint is we have nothing left, man. So, we're going to do all the bonus packs from it. We are going to do this into more player picks, more 79 triples. Think Dino fits, apparently. Think Dino fits. I got happy, but that's it so far. What's the new Evo? What's it called? Hold on. I gotta check this out. Which form of Dino fits? His worst one? Is it legendary status? Is this the new one? Is it just me? Or am I afraid the second that I do this, I'm going to end up getting the other Dino? None of us are going to pack Dino this week, if we're being honest. But I feel like I will be in my 5th squad battles game. I'll be like up 15-0. Netflix on the side. Maybe I'm streaming. I'm kind of reading chat. Finally get it done. Then we get some daily objective bonus done. We open it and Dino's in there. Weren't you doubting Bellingham? He already has 2 goals. I want him to finally show up. In this game, he finally showed up. Sadly, all he was met with was abuse, which was horrific. But no, I'm glad we're finally starting to see the player he is. For most efficient grind, wait until Monday for the crafting upgrade. I mean, a little too late, buddy. We did all 160. Why wait till Monday, though? Yeah, this is going to be so satisfying. You guys ready? Woo-hoo! Also, too, so we had over 400 of these 79 triples. I've opened, I think, close to 100. We have 160 of these 77 or 79 plus times 5s, whatever they are. We have all these packs. I have essentially 50 run-throughs of League SBCs, the tradable packs I still have to get to. We are cooking today, boys. South American countries are getting in. USA and Mexico heads. I mean, cool. What do you want me to say? If you're trying to get an argument out of me, I don't know what I would argue. Alright, let's do player picks. Open 45 League SBC runs. Throughs today. After 6, I made 300K. Dude, I am spamming League SBCs like crazy this week. I think I made the executive decision that my coins are just going to go into more. Or just going to keep doing it over and over. It's been literally insane. Who do you think wins Copa? Dude, not going to lie. I have no idea. Every team has some sort of weakness right now. Uruguay might honestly have the best chance at the moment, or Colombia. I think they look the two strongest at the moment. Like, if the United States loses to Uruguay, I don't think them losing to Uruguay is necessarily a... How do I word it? If the United States can't beat Uruguay, they don't deserve to get out of group, but it's not because of just not being able to beat Uruguay. It's the fact that any opponent they get out of group is going to be a challenge for them, but they needed to win both games convincingly before Uruguay to even have a chance either. So they put themselves in a really bad spot. I hope our manager gets sacked. If not getting out of group versus losing in the round of... I was going to say round of 16. Round of 8. Means Greg Berhalter gets sacked. And there's more of a vision going into the 2026 World Cup. Or we lose. And we're top 8. I think I'd rather take a new coach. As much as it sucks. Thoughts on the way a red card? What do you mean my thoughts on it? Oh, it was a great thing that he got a red card. Fantastic decision. What happened to League SBCs are not as fun? Listen, brother. I will cry when doing League SBCs with all the money I'm getting from them. I will cry tears and wipe them with the coins that we're making. It is cooking at the moment. Bolivia's not too strong. Panama is severely underrated. Panama has some decent quality to them. And they also, like you saw that game, get in your head. Also, too, not to blame it on the refs, but we have the same guy multiple times as a referee. He is horrific at controlling a game. Red card was going to be a red card for sure. I'm not saying he caused it, but... Dude, he watch any of the games that he refs. If he does any more this tournament, watch them and see how quickly he loses control of the game. Dude, I'm getting so much fodder from that too, yeah. Oh, we didn't put Muller in yet. Rip. Yeah, League SBCs are giving us so much fodder and coins. As long as I can keep restocking. The only issue for me, really, is the silver libs and silver suds. Not necessarily getting them. I can get them. It's just when I get them. Usually when I do it earlier in the day, it's easier. Because when the UK gets off, you're waiting like minutes for the ability to... Oh, no, we do not want to put them in. Pick up a card. How do y'all do the crafting upgrade so fast? Pale tools... and being a degenerate is the kind of deadly combo. Why do so many Americans think Pulisic is the next Maradona? You want a hot take? Well, it's not even a hot take. It's a true take that no one wants to hear. Majority of Americans don't think Pulisic's the next Maradona. one, a majority of the Americans don't even care about the sport to begin with. That's the truth. And the other truth is it's a stereotype given to the United States that we treat Pulisic like he's the Lord and Savior. He's a fantastic player. Will go down as one of the better players all time for the United States for sure. But that's a stereotype given to us that a very, I think, small fraction of the fan base would actually... I don't even say it's a small fraction of the fan base. It doesn't make sense. You can say he's the best player that the United States has. That's a factual statement. But I don't know who's making the claim he's, what, best in the world? Like, LeBron James' soccer is more of a meme than anything. But I feel like it's more Europeans just trying to find another reason to make fun of the United States. Because I think the funny thing now is it's no longer a conversation if Pulisic's good. It's how good is he. For the longest time when he was at Chelsea, it was a conversation of, oh, Pulisic isn't even good. Now it's a conversation of how good he is. I find it funny how quickly that changed. Literally saw a clip the other day. Yeah, the pundit you're referring to, I don't know if you know this about American football. We all hate the pundits we have. Majority of them are trash. Lexi Lawless is horrific. And Carly Lloyd is a copy-paste female version of him. I know exactly what you're talking about. The pregnant chick who played for the United States women's team. And she didn't say the Maradona. She said up-and-coming talent. Are you doing Team League player picks alongside League SBCs? I'm doing a mix. So right now, I'm officially out of Team of the Weeks besides an 86 I have. If I want to keep the 84 times 10 or whatever the next repeatable SBC grind is going, and it requires Team of the Weeks, I'll have to go back to it. But usually when I'm doing League SBCs, I just focus on League SBCs. I mean, I would not take anything Lexi Lawless says seriously. Our country is so divided on almost everything in the United States. The only unity we have is how horrific Lexi Lawless is. The funny thing was, he actually made one decent point from his commentary throughout Euros and Copa. And it was when he had... Who's next to him? Who's the English striker that was next to him? Was it Sturridge? I can't remember who they had on there. But he was saying how England's going to do horrific this tournament. Sent like 25 to the weeks to complete Nunez last night. Yeah, dude. Let me show you my club. This is our Team of the Week situation. Just summer. Yeah, dude. Sturge was giving him like crazy eyes half the time. I should be opening packs? What do you mean I should be opening packs? I'm in the process of opening packs right now. And when we get stuff, we put in exchanges. Are you stuck at 158? If you're on the game, quit out and go back in. It might be a glitch. If you're on web app, refresh. If you're on companion app, back out and go back in. The more time passes, the less pack weight is. You should rip your packs now. I mean, I can't get to them. I already packed, what, a 1.5 million player? I don't think my pack luck's going to change anytime soon. But I have essentially 400 of these I got to get through. Maybe down to 300 something now. Alright, we're going to skip the... If it's not a promo card, we're skipping it, though. Also, too, just for the sake of, like, not having too much on the screen, I'm going to put any heroes that we get included in the icon mix. So that total number is going to be the total amount of promo cards. But if you want to see the best ones that we've packed for heroes, the command will help you get there. Have you finished crafting upgrades yet? Yep. We did all but one of them within basically an hour. And then I did the last one when we started the stream. Do you guys like the fact that they brought back these 79 triples? I made so many of them hoping they weren't coming back, but now that they're back, I don't know if the pack weight's going to be crazy in them. I got the Trezuge or whatever out of them, and then I got Moeller and the 51 player packs. Exchange method OP. Is pack Vieira from your first crafting upgrade? W. They're more expensive now. What's more expensive now? 84s or 1.2? Is fodder cheap right now? I need to check. Once we start getting double dupes, I'm going to clear my club with what we have. In the process of doing this, we'll probably quick sell a few SBCs worth of players, but in the long run, it's going to save us so much time. Cheapest by rating. 85s. 88s are 8.8. 89s are 24K. Wow. Why are 89s so expensive? Dude, honestly, ever since Team of the Season, we haven't really had promo cards that were around 89 rated, right? Even during Team of the Season, it felt like most things were 90 plus. I feel like the only bad thing with the promo cards trending higher in rating, which, don't get me wrong, isn't necessarily a bad thing, is I feel like there's really no cards outside of the golds that are going to be 89 unless you're spamming Team of the Week player picks, which seems to give you good fodder. People want to grind exchanges and PPs. So, also, too, have you guys noticed a trend of a lot of people hopping on, like, the unlimited pack methods? It wasn't from me. It's definitely other people in the community I've seen been posting similar guides. It seems like everyone's under the same consensus that you indeed can essentially do unlimited if you have any amount of coins. If you just spam things like player picks, exchanges. You've seen a TikTok showing it? But it's, yeah, I feel like the past week and a half is when it really changed. I don't know about you guys. I heard so many people kind of talking crap about it for a while. Now, all of a sudden, it seems like everyone's on it. All right, let's do some player picks. I want to see if I can find that TikTok. Nice. Blake, we just sold another, I think it was 15 contracts at the start of stream today. So I don't know why it's not working for you if it was, but if you've kept relisting, hopefully this hour is better for you, bud. Also, too, you might have told me this, and maybe I missed it. Did you see that Josh has a SBC? A showdown for the Uruguay game? Yeah, maybe it was before champs. Did he come out yesterday? I must have completely missed him. I saw it today. I saw you say his name, but I thought you were like cheering him on for the game or something. I've been doing the month since like 4 months now. Dude, it's so nice. And like I said, if we have exchanges again next year and it's somewhat similar of a menus, we're going to be in for a good year. The question is, though, how early are they going to give us exchange packs? Is going to be the question. Also, too, if you're wondering why I'm putting card by card in instead of essentially going low to high and having it autofill, I'm trying my best to not hit a SBC band right now because we're going to be grinding a ton today. And we're already Pale Tools band. So I'm hoping in a little bit our Pale Tools band goes away. We're trying to just a little bit slow down. Picks are so weird. Has anyone gotten an icon from a pick yet? I mean, they might go up if we get an SBC that's like 85 and above. Like if we get an 85 plus times 5 or something and you need an 84 rated squad, I could see something like that have the prices go up. But with the amount of 84s people have been getting from the 84 plus times 10, doesn't surprise me with their price currently. Look at the grind in this man's eyes. Alright. Looks like that put us right where we needed to, boys. We'll hit it again. What can I do with my gold rares? 78 to 82. You can do craftings. You can do 82 PPs. You can do 79 triples from top nations. You can honestly do whatever you want. You got 4 icons from 50 82s. Excited for yours to start again now. Dude, I don't know if it's because... No, it definitely is. The performance recently of the United States mixed with clubs now starting to get into their preseasons this week. My focus is going away from Copa and Euros, and more of my time is now thinking of like the transfer market and who Sunderland's going to buy. Getting ready for the friendly games. Hey, let's take a pop. Because 84 times 10, I added another 84 to the 83 squad. Let's see the week thing. Yeah, dude, I need to get back on my team of the weeks. My team of the week PPs. I miss them, man. So the plan for me is, before we get into any more team of the week player picks or any more league SBCs or anything, I want to get through all these save packs that I have. Untradeable. And then once the tradable ones pop up, we have, I think, close to 100. I think we had 45 run-throughs of league SBCs. So we have 45 jumbo gold packs and then whatever the other tradable one is. Also, I tried league SBCs. For anyone doing the team league grind alongside picks and you use Mobo's template, take 82s from exchange since they're most used card. You can easily get them back from picks. Yeah, that's true. We got so many packs, man. Alright, Havertz. You know what? We could probably... Let's speed it up a little bit. We'll just do low to high gold. Because it's not like we're making 50 of these in a row. I just need to be careful that we're not putting exchange fodder in. So as long as we are... Honestly, we should go into our club, and every time we make packs, we make exchanges too. That'll be healthy. Rui Costa from a jumbo gold. Dude, if I hit a tradable icon or hero, no matter how bad, from the tradable League SBC packs, I'm going to be so happy. When I was doing it, weren't too bad. But 2 of the week picks are just as fast. Less hassle. Yeah, I mean, it comes down to how you build it up, how many you expect to go through, average return in each. Like, if you're someone who's going to sit there to the absolute limits of Pale Tools and grind Team of the Week player picks for the tradable packs, you are most likely better off doing that than you are League SBCs for the average person. But if you're grinding Pale Tools that hard already, and you can take a few minutes to buy out most teams for Eredivisie for 200 coins or 150 bid, and then do a few rounds of Silver Lib, Silver Eredivisie, or Silver Lib, Silver Sud bidding, you can do 5 to 10 League SBC run-throughs extremely quick. Are mixed league upgrades worth it? I would not touch mix. Premium mix, absolutely. Is there anyone doing the mix right now? I guess my question would be, with how cheap everything is, if you're going to be buying players, why not just get better packs while you're doing it? Lib bidding's the thing that puts me off. It's not too bad. The way I do it, if you really want to maximize your time, I'll buy 5 to 10 run-throughs of the same 3 golds. So I'll do Cavani, I'll do Perez, which are the both Comedy Bowl Libertadores, and then I'll do... I'm blanking on his name. The 79 rated Sudamericana dude are the 3 I use, and then I just do bidding on other teams. Benega, yeah. I do them golds. Did I put the 88 back in the club? Hope we did. Yeah, it's one of those things where it's obviously going to take a little bit more work and a little bit more thinking than it would be for just the player picks, Team of the Week player picks. But it's 100% worth it for generating coins too. Even if you do it a limited amount. It sounds crazy, but if you could do it 10 to 20 SBCs a day, do 2 groups of 5, you're not spending a ton of time, and then think about the amount of tradable coins you could be getting. Because not only does the one of the tradable packs give you a guaranteed rating, the other pack, the Jumbo Gold, I believe quick sell value, you're getting, I think, over 3,000 most times. Not even mentioning all the consumables in there. She used the market so shit doesn't show all the cards on the market. Seems like it's just as fast. Yeah, I mean, it's preference at the end of the day, right? I'm someone who's grinded both heavily. Right now, I'm leaning more towards League SBCs. We'll see how the tradable packs are. And we'll see how, honestly, everything we crafted with League SBCs too is. Because we've already, from League SBCs, crafted a crap ton of 89 exchanges. I've probably done 50 plus in the past 24 hours. That was a mix of the promo pack. That was a mix of League SBCs, pack pulls, things already in our club. We did a few player picks that we got 89s from. We had some saved already. Out of all those, we've opened about 50. And the few we opened today, because I think I had 10 tops, buy new content. One of them we got Muller in. About like 300 contracts today. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing too. The question then becomes, if coins aren't a problem, it's like the level of thinking required to choose between the two pisses me off because it's a constant back and forth. It's like, okay, realistically, if you keep doing the contract thing, You have as many coins as you'll ever need. You can do whatever you want on the menus for the rest of the time. No problems. The issue is when you're someone like me who does that, and then you buy a huge promo pack for content and to get some more fodder in the club, you then run into the issue of, okay, I want to make these coins back. And you can do that on the side, but like you mentioned, you had multiple hours where you had a few, if not none, sell. What do you do during the time when they're not selling? How are you making the coins? If you're doing the untradeable grind into Team of the Week player pick, you're probably making some coins back. But like you mentioned, in general, your pack luck is crap for tradable packs. You're not really getting anything good. My luck seems way different than yours. Sleep. I don't know. My opinion at this point in the game, the real take is whatever keeps you playing the game. If you sitting there grinding League SBCs keeps you playing this game, go for it. If you grind into the player picks from like 82 plus player picks, keeps you grinding this game, go for it. W. We got one, boys. McManaman. How much does he go for? How much is my boy McManaman, man? Greatest of the game hero. Oh, he's like the cheapest. He's like 50K. It's still a W. We got one. McManaman. We'll add him to the list. 3 so far. And again, I'm putting heroes and icons together if you guys are wondering. W. Alright, still 500 plus to go. We are going to be here for a bit, dudes. Can't even get an 86 from Team of the Week picks. Just got one too, same time. Dude, that Franciscoli, or however you say his name, I remember when we would do our special card sniping earlier in the year, anytime he popped up and we could get one, we made some good coins on him. 600k pack worth it. Was there a new one that came out like a few hours ago? Or are you talking about the one at content? Oh, so there is a new one that came out. Yeah, these, absolutely not. This one, 84 plus, 5 guaranteed to be 87 or higher, 1 guaranteed grace of the game, 40 rare golds. Couple things to think about with this one. If you are well over 600k and you have already decent fodder in your club, this is not the worst thing in the world to gamble, potentially getting a good icon or hero and some bonus fodder along the way. I will note, though, it seems like they're going back in the direction of screwing us over. If this was an 85 plus 40 players, I think this would be fantastic value. The fact that it's 40, I feel like the pack weight's going to be way down. You're not going to be as happy with the fodder you get. So the return from this pack alone is not going to be as great. But if you still do it for the risk and you're still grinding the menus, you still should get the coins back if you're grinding. It's just going to be a little bit longer. Yeah, it wasn't there at new content. It must have came out a little bit ago. Because I looked at new content and it wasn't there. Unless I completely missed it. I can open it, do the coin pack method. Yeah, my thing is this. It's early in the week for this promo. If you did it now and you got absolutely nothing, you still have a ton of the grind in the week to get something. But if you did that now and in that guaranteed icon, you got a Dino, I don't think you're going to be upset that you got a Dino, and maybe you're going to do less grinding throughout the week. That's just the way I think about it. And again, I'm talking specifically to the people who know they're going to get their coins back. If it's taking you all year to get the 600k, and you just by quick selling a bronze manager that's Croatian got you to 600k on the dot, and you open that pack and it takes you to 0 coins, should you do it? Absolutely not. Share play? If you want to share play, sure, go for it. Matt 702 of the week picks done since a refresh or whatever I've done before it refresh, and my best player since has been Kane. I got a Benzema the other day, but yeah, I have not touched the greats. You're going to use any of your 100 90 plus rated cards in exchanges for this promo? We'll see what my situation gets like. I think right now the camp that I'm sitting in, as long as I still have coins and I still have fodder, I'm going to hold off using any of my fodder in my club. What I mean by as long as I still have fodder, as long as I'm still generating like gold and Team of the Week fodder, we're good. Which right now we have 500 plus backs. We should have no problem with that. But I will note, every week that we don't use this in exchanges, essentially the less valuable to me it becomes. Because we're going to get to a point anyways where I would assume we'd have most things back in packs. And it doesn't become a thing of, do you have like a Team of the Year Messi? It's how many times have you gotten like a Team of the Year Messi? Like every single year when you get towards the end of the game and they re-release everything. So I don't know, man. Like, we could. I'm honestly not opposed to putting some of it in. I just really don't need it right now. That's the main thing. But if the goal is to get Dino and we're running low and we really want to grind like next level, I think that would be a smart choice to use at this promo. Dude, I love it when the cards get re-released. Don't get me wrong. It sucks when everything is essentially low value. But at the same time, when you get even more unlimited packs, which is crazy to think of even more unlimited from this. But truly, if you like watch the streams or if you did any menu grinding last year towards the end of the game, it literally became like a bingo card to us. We'd make like a bingo card of packing a Team of the Year player, player that's like 96 plus, X amount of players in the same pack from the same nation. We had to like create challenges for ourselves because you'd get everything in the game. And if they do that again this year, which I would assume they would do, I would have a checklist of all the best pulls we could get. And I would share that with you guys. And I'd slowly like complete next to each one. And we'd try to get every single best one. Yeah, gold pack method is always insane then. But dude, just imagine how much better League SBCs and Team of the Week player picks will be when all gold commons are essentially... I wouldn't say they're all 500 plus because we don't know what their value would be. But way less tradable packs being opened. Way more just untradeable back into untradeable. That's a really fun time. I'm just saving coins. Yeah, and my honest take too, what was it, 100k, 125k? Whatever it is to get the, like even looking at the EVO. I don't think I want to grind gameplay. As simple as this looks. Play 3 squad battles game, win 2 squad battles. Play 4, win 2, assist 4. You can do all that in squad battles. Like, realistically, I could do all this. I have the 100k to do it. I could get myself to a 96 Dino. But like every other SBC that's out, like every other EVO that's out, if everyone can do it, it doesn't make it special to me. Like, I think I would rather... I mean, we have, what, 20 days to do it? If we don't get Dino this week, maybe we do it. That could be the way we think about it. You've never done an EVO? Congrats, dude. You're that guy. You're that good guy that's not like the other guys. That's how you're coming across right now. You're different, dude. You're not like us. Congrats, bro. Is Rooney worth it? He's not been worth it manager-wise for the past, like, 3 clubs he's been at. But player-wise, putting in the Evo, I don't know. I feel like most people's teams at this point, correct me if I'm wrong, I feel like most of us have better teams than what the Evos allow us to do. And even if the Evo allows everyone to do it, everyone's going to then have that card. And then it doesn't make it as good, in my opinion. I don't know what your pack pulls is. I don't know what the weight of your team is. If having a Rooney in your team is a huge upgrade, I would assume your team's not that great, maybe. I don't know, though. Actually, I lied. I subbed down my silver Abad Diallo against you. True. You did lie. Oh, the Rooney SBC? Maybe I'm wrong. Is there ever a good version of Rooney? Not hated on the man, but I feel like icon-wise, unless it's a top-tier icon, I don't feel like any of them are worth it for the amount of cards that are out. But if it's an SBC and you have extra fodder laying around, it's not going to be hard for you to get done. And it's an upgrade to your team. Go for it. Oh, why do we keep putting her in the 89? Let me go take a look at him, though. Like, unless you're a United fan or an England fan or a fan of failing football clubs, I don't know necessarily why you'd do it. But like, even Ronaldo here, I think most people would rather try to... Maybe not. Maybe I'm different. Maybe I'm the one who's different. In my head, the fact that everyone can get this card doesn't make this card useful to me, and I'd want to pack his promo even though I know I'm not. This Wayne Rooney. I look at the stats, and then I see the skill moves. Looks like it could be a good card. I see he's 5'9", short kings. You love to see it. I see the 4 playstyle plus. If you want to do it, do it. But then I see the 89 sections, the 91s, the 92s, and I say, whoa. That's a lot of exchange fodder. Can I stop cooking your goat? Feels like there's always something missing with Rooney. Yeah, he's not like the top tier meta player. Rooney's not better than the GOAT you get at level 45. Or whatever the last level is. Yeah, I would take the Evo players if I didn't. I wish it was most Evos were free. But if you wanted to get it done instantly, they have the amount of coins or the amount of FIFA points. I wish they went that direction, man. Are the 79 times 3s giving out? I would say take them out to dinner a few times. They'll start giving out. If you do like 1 or 2 and you're expecting something right away, I think that's the wrong mindset to have with these, but I feel like if you get to know them, kind of see a future with them long term. Probably, yeah. We got an icon for them already, so. Albeit it's one of the worst ones, but Torezuke has been packed. His pack weight is nuts. How do you have the patience for 500 packs? I don't. I don't. You guys see me end stream. Out of boredom or out of just, I'm done. It's you guys typing in chat and watching. That keeps me alive. And even like this process. Everyone's able to do this process. This process is not sexy. It's easy. It's worth it. You eventually hit things along the way. But it's not until you start hitting the things that people want to do it. They'll see you do this, and they don't care that I got an 88, and I'll put that in exchange. Make a player pick and get an icon. They won't care about that process until they see me get the icon. Then they'll, instead of wanting to do the grind, they'll say, oh, Mumbo just has pack luck with his player picks. You're not wrong, but also comes from a lot of grinding too. Italy are going out. R16. We kind of figured the pack weight of this promo would be balls. Besides the low ones. The low ones would be somewhat easy to get, but compared to the low ones in other promos, harder. That's what she said. And so far, it's been kind of true. And even if you get a good one, I don't think most people are reaching the upper echelon of the cards. I don't think most people are getting the Dinos and the R9s. They'll throw you a Muller. Mueller, however you say it. Thing I hate about the Evo, it's the same as other ones, is that they're so lazy with the card design, paying 100k for that shit green Evo card. That, and the fact that I get they need to have a time period for it to be out, whether short or long, for people to be able to do it without feeling like they need to get it done within a day. Otherwise, it's going to disappear. But anytime I see an Evo that's available for like the next month, I just think about how many more cards are going to be in the game within the next month. And the same with like the season pass. Anytime I see a season pass, anytime I see a player SBC out, I think, okay, if I get this done in a week, what else is going to be out in a week? Is it going to get replaced? I feel like most things don't hold up in that time frame. I used to hate when I'd grind for hours and finally hit something decent, then my mates would be like, oh, your pack luck is too good. Yeah, like, I really wish we could on console see the number of packs each person's opened. Because I bet the people talking about pack weight the most are the ones that, in general, or no, not pack weight, my bad. The ones that talk about pack luck are the ones that have done like 5 player picks and barely finished their daily gold upgrades. They're the ones that talk the most about pack luck. Are you not surprised EA has added an option to buy the whole season pass with coins points? Dude, I don't know what they plan to do on the future. That probably sounds like an idea they would do. I've heard crazy things like Pro Clubs is not going to be in the next game. I've heard crazy things like the next game is going to be free, but you're going to have like a season pass with good players in it that you have to consistently buy, and that's where they're going to get their money. I've heard it's going to go to a monthly subscription. I literally don't know what to believe. And honestly, any of those kind of systems, I think they would do well in and make a lot of money. Like, if they go the route of selling ads in-game and they make the game free, I think that's a good trade-off. Especially if it's just ads on, like, the, like, in-game when you're playing on the billboards and stuff and around the stadium. I wouldn't necessarily mind that. But if the game's free and, like, randomly as you're grinding the menus, an EA Sports non-skippable 1-minute YouTube video pops up on my screen, I would hate that. Unless there's an option for like a $5 a month subscription or something. That'd be essentially equivalent to a full game purchase. That removes those. I wouldn't be opposed. Like, there's many directions they could go with this game. And there's a lot of good things that could happen and a lot of bad things. I think 2 things can be true at the same time, though. I think there's things we want to stay the same about the game from a simplicity standpoint, is we might hate gameplay, we might hate the menus, but we know the bare minimum to expect. When they change too much, it could go too much in a negative direction. That compounded on the money-hungry promo packs. Mumbo disrespect. Bro. Did you see? Wait, I didn't see anything else today. Did you see that he potentially got arrested? And that one of the people he cheated with his wife on cheated on his wife. When he cheated on his wife, one of the people was supposedly a trans sex worker or something. Like, it sounded like every single thing just was like, if you had like the community make up something even more crazy, step to step, and then like all the messages supposedly got leaked through a video. Insane. They have to make a free game. It has been demonstrated. They can still put ads on the stadium and all ads they want. We'll play in the game, and some people will buy FIFA points. Yeah. Darren Ryan also got in trouble. Look at Curve Dynamic. Looks like he's been dead 6 months. Yo, what is that? No. Brother, he looks like a... I don't even know what he looks like. He looks like a zombie in one of those movies, like when they just got bit, like earlier that day, and they're hiding it from people. They don't want to know. They don't want other people to know that they are going to turn into a zombie soon, but they're starting to show. Wasn't Dr. Disrespect 17-year-old messages back in 2017? I honestly, not saying I'm trying to avoid this topic, but I don't know the full extent of how everything was laid out. The bare minimum I know is he willingly talked to a 17-year-old who he knew was 17 back in 2017 and sent sexually suggestive stuff. And then on top of that, that wasn't the only person he was messaging and quote-unquote cheating on his wife with. Which I say quote-unquote cheating on his wife. I don't know what level of cheating you consider cheating. Emotional cheating, physical cheating. Dude was doing a lot of cheating, it sounded like. I know bro's trying to pre-order that. Bro. He sent 17 messages in 2017 to a 17-year-old. What other 17s can you put in there? A 17-month jail sentence. Got out on bond for $17,000. He made a video addressing the situation after 1 week of no uploads. I mean, at this point, like, whether you want to see him back, you think the community will give him forgiveness, I think these two things, without a doubt, will be true. I think when he comes back, whenever he comes back, he will still have an audience that watches him. And as crappy as the situation is, people will forget over time. It'll become a meme for a little bit, but like most things, as long as you keep doing it, people will move on. Will he be as big as he was at one point? Probably not. But he'll still probably have it be his job for the rest of his life or until he retires. But at the same time, too, it can be the case that he's literally cooked for the rest of his life. And he might never want to come back for the amount of hate he'll get. But where I think he really messed up was his apology. In his apology, he started apologizing. But then it sounded like he was trying to justify at the same time. And like make it levels where he's like, I knew I was talking to a 17-year-old. It got sexually explicit. I knew it got sexually explicit. I shouldn't have done that. But don't get it twisted. How old was he at the time? Late 30s, I think, right? Yo, what are the odds, though? That was Dr. Disrespect, his alter ego. And if he comes back as himself, he's two different people. Dr. Diddy was 35 in 2017. Twice her age. I will not forget. I've never seen this dude. I saw a bunch of people make posts where it's like, they mentioned how they, for no reason, hated Dr. Disrespect, and now they have a reason to hate him. I don't know about you guys. I've never loved him, hated him. Every time I see people who put on a character for their like streams or content, I feel like that just has to be exhausting over time. Like, I couldn't imagine trying not to be yourself at least a little bit on a stream, since you do it so much. Like, I couldn't imagine streaming like 12 plus hours a day and being like, the two-time 1996 GameStop VHS World Champion, or whatever he says for his thing. Speed doesn't seem to get tired. See, Speeds is so much of a character. Speed is one of those people where it's like, I feel like he made the persona, the character, but then it actually consumed him, and he no longer lives outside that character. But also, too, he's in a different country like every 10 minutes, meeting new people or the same people and growing their relationships. Charlie, the commentator, is awesome. Dude, I love Charlie, man. Hey, guys. Remember his Christmas song? For the longest time, he had his headset on and he was just like... Seeing a Fortnite parody of Dr. Disrespect 2? Yeah, I saw a diss track of Dr. Disrespect like an hour after it happened. Speed's not a character. There are dudes like that. Yeah. Yeah, Speed's in Japan one day, then Germany the next. Dude, you want to know what's the craziest thing about that? I know it's been talked about a million times, what ifs. But truly, I feel like he would have had this sort of popularity regardless, but the way he got into football with the... What was his name? Jacob? Who sent him the donation asking who his favorite footballer was? Oh, Icon! French! Center back! Let's go! Cole Bradley. It was Bradley. How much is Desai? He's 280k. Cold! Brother, you know what's insane? Stats don't mean anything anymore, man. Like, this card's 300k, but because his name's Desai, I feel like he's going to be better than any other center back that's like team of the season or promo that has these stats just because of his name. And the fact that he'll get upgraded. For defenders, is it clean sheets? Or is it all goals for everyone? All goals. So do you think France will score 2 to 4 goals? Imagine 99 passing on a Desai. Yeah, he's going to rise for sure. Lovely. We'll take that. We're now up to 4. I didn't add it last time. For the hero. Look at that. We got it from the 79 triple boys. It took us like 100. But we finally hit one from it. Well, we hit the second one. We got Trezuguet from one as well. Off stream. Speed is in the Netherlands signing for a contract for a team in Division 10. That's sick. You just got Henri? Nice, man. Why is my teammate playing romantic music down the mic? I don't know. Oh, I gotta show you guys something. I gotta show you guys a few things. I was completely trying to play the striker this ball, but it somehow went to our left wing, and my team freaked out and said it was one of the greatest passes they've ever seen. And I didn't say anything. I shut my mouth. My guy's left-footed too, by the way. Look at that ball. My guy's left-footed. He has like 74 passing. But it was just beautiful. And then I have other ones where... Is this the goal? Top performance. I had one in here where... Was it this one? Oh yeah, I cooked this dude. I don't think I'm scoring a goal better than that one. I think this is going to be the greatest play I've ever done in my life. Maybe my Ahmad could have scored that, but I don't know. It's only downhill from there. Which pack did you get Henry? I'm Henry in the Champions League. Yeah, which pack did you get Henry in? Did you get him in a PP? Yo, low-key, don't get me wrong. Packing a card anyway, fantastic. Does anyone else kind of hate the fact that they get a great pull from a player pick? You'd much rather see them walk out. Like, I wish there was some way they could still walk out from a player pick. Currently, speed is bigger, though, than what, KSI? That speed could fight Mumbo. Right now, it'd sell more than KSI versus Shake Paul. I'm down. I haven't seen a special card on console since Prem Team of Season. Obviously me being the selling point, yeah. I'd maybe sell like 5 tickets. He'd sell a few tens of thousands. You break hearts for a living. I don't know. I'm trying to think recently. I feel like KSI over the years has this backlog of FIFA content that will forever keep him relevant in the eyes of, like, the FIFA community and general football community, especially with the sidemen too. But, like, KSI outside of, like, maybe sidemen content, what is he doing right now that is really making a name for himself past what he's already done? Like, outside of online community, he had Prime that he did with Logan. That got a further stretch in audience. I don't know how much larger he could get. KSI doesn't even upload on YouTube. Boxing, music. But those are things he's already doing, right? I don't know how much bigger his fights would get to, like, a general audience. Has he progressed, like, an insane amount as a boxer where he would actually be somewhat of a good professional boxer now? Where he could get professional fights? That'd be, like, the only way I'd see. Which, by the way, it's all insane. Same thing with Speed, only being, like, 19 or something. All this stuff is insane. The fact that if you would have said any of this stuff to KSI back when he was living with his parents when he was a kid, making YouTube videos on FIFA, talking about Akinfenwa, I don't think anyone would have thought any of this was a possibility. It's hard because the UK is so much smaller than the US. Yeah, but also it's, I feel like, an advantage that the UK is smaller, because I feel like you almost get more popularity when your footballing culture, FIFA culture, having a country or an area where majority of people know you. I feel like the word of mouth spreads a lot easier. Like, I feel like if you go to the UK and you walk down the street, every single person would know who KSI is. When if you came to the United States, I feel like millions upon millions more would know who KSI is, but you'd walk past so many people who don't know him at the same time because it'd be spread out. See those Simon clips where one of them brings up someone and they all say they have no idea who the person is? Like KSI said he has no heard of Queso. Such a weird thing to lie about. Is it lying though? I don't know. I feel like some people, they're just completely in different parts of the internet. Like if he's not on TikTok and he's not actively watching Twitch streams, I don't think most people would know Queso. Like, not to flex or anything, but I knew Queso from 2K. You guys know Queso from all these funny clips now. I remember Queso when he worked a normal job, and he'd be like, hey, it is what it is, man. Who's Queso? So watching Queso last year stream NBA 2K, streamed to 200 people. Then months later, he was getting 50K views. Did I watch the NBA draft? No, but I saw that Brownie got drafted by the Lakers. I don't know who that KSI dude is. Yeah, if you guys didn't watch Queso for 2K, I think you should honestly go back and try to find his 2K videos. They were so funny. Because they're so true. If anyone's ever played Park, or has ever made a My Player, and you're anything but like a point guard or a shooting guard, I feel like it's so true. The big man getting no love. Is Pack Zico from an 87 exchange. Dude, I'm telling you, 87s are the best exchange out there. Pack look wise. People think Bronny wouldn't make the NBA or be in the Lakers if it wasn't for LeBron. Here's the thing. I think this is another one of those cases that can be objectively true, right? The same way that a footballer might sign to a certain club because of, I don't know, let's say a brother or family member or a history in the area. Whatever the case may be, you can get a player at a certain time and not have it be worth it at the moment for them to instantly have an impact for the team, but you can develop them into a better player. I'll tell you what, though. If you don't think the Lakers should have took Bronny James in the second round, I truly think you're an idiot. Not calling you an idiot as a person, but I think you're just looking at basketball as basketball. The fact that one of the best basketball players of all time, some would argue the best basketball player of all time, gets to play with his son, something that he's wanted since he was 14, that he's openly talked about, the fact that they were able to make that happen, you know how many more jerseys they're going to sell? You know how much free marketing they're going to get? Publicity? They already had a crap ton because everyone talks about LeBron. The fact that you'll have so many people say that Bronny doesn't deserve to be in the NBA, that can be true. You could say, like, hey, skill-wise, he's not there. None of that matters. You're still talking about it. It's giving it attention. That's exactly what the point is. That's going to be the case. People use Giannis as an excuse. He's better than Bronny. And he was drafted by the Knicks, not Milwaukee. Here's the thing, though, too. He has time to develop and become a better player. He can have those times where he's on the court with his dad, sure. But then what happens to his career when LeBron retires? Another way you could look at it is what happens if he stayed at USC or transferred schools, develops a little bit, but isn't going to really become an NBA player then. Which one's the better scenario? He plays 2 to 3 years of college, gets drafted second round still to some team, doesn't make the cut, ends up going G League, and then at some point just does content creation and retires from the NBA? rather than playing overseas and makes millions off of his name. Is that better scenario? Or is the better scenario he gets to play with his dad, do the same exact thing where he goes out to the G League, develops, maybe becomes a role player at some point off the bench, sees if you can make it work. If not, maybe you get traded teams, you end up in a different G League. I don't think anyone expected him to be a crazy pick. Like, this draft class in general doesn't seem like crazy picks. Bro, you can show how to do the Rui Patricio quest. I have no idea what that is. I haven't seen it yet, nor am I doing it, so I can't show it. Yeah, I've seen the what will he call him. Doesn't he call him daddy at home or something? Daddy, please. Daddy, pass. I mean, I call daddy LeBron daddy anyways. Yeah, I don't know. It technically is nepotism, but nepotism has always been a thing and always will be a thing. Let's say, I'll give you a different scenario. Let's say the Lakers drafted someone who was just a tad bit better than Bron. I don't think they're getting active play time in the starting lineup at the Lakers. But the marketing appeal of getting Bronny there was infinitely worth it. Oh, what icons did you pack? Bottom left of your screen, buddy. Like, you know what? I'll put it to football terms. I would not be surprised if some English football club in the second tier, I'm thinking Sunderland, signed Mbappe's brother. I think his brother's worth at most $500K. He's still young. Whether you loan him out, whatever it is, imagine, like, obviously I'm a Sunderland fan, so I'm speaking from this perspective, but if you're thinking just strictly marketing terms, having Bellingham's younger brother and Mbappe's younger brother at the same club, the amount of free marketing you get from that is insane. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if some club just signs him for the marketing. Like, is there any progress on there? Is he going anywhere? You guys are already packing so much icons. They're not impossible to pack. They're just not insane to pack either. It's that weird middle ground. Ronaldo Jr. will be old enough to play with Ronaldo soon. Yep. And are people going to say nepotism if the Saudi League, or if he's still in the Saudi League, or if he switches teams, wherever he ends his career, wherever Ronaldo ends his career, if he's able to get his son to play on the team for 1 year, even if it's limited play time, that could be nepotism like crazy. But I still think 100% worth it from a marketing perspective. Because you're not just buying a player ever for their straight ability at the sport. It's a bigger picture than that. And if you only look at it from a sport objective for what they can do on the pitch or court or field, I think you're looking at it wrong. To be honest, going from PSG to Sunderland is an upgrade. I mean, to be fair, going from Sunderland to anywhere is a downgrade, so yeah. Do you know R9 and Ronaldinho don't watch football anymore? Pep ruined football? I mean, you can... Did they say because of Pep they don't watch it anymore? I feel like in general, I don't know about you guys, if you were a footballer at a high level, I feel like it would probably be extremely hard to watch the sport you once played like crazy as a fan at that point. Like in any sport, I feel like it'd be extremely difficult. Especially if you're like one of the best. Like if you're Michael Jordan, I feel like Michael Jordan watches LeBron so much. Especially as he was going for records. Like you're at the games and you're like, yeah, you got a smile on your face. Dude, because like you're talking about some of the most competitive people ever. Like that doesn't just turn off. And if your body's no longer keeping up with your ability to play, like I'm surprised more athletes don't retire closer to their prime as well. Like I get maybe like stretching out your career nowadays with the amount of money you can make. But dude, like the second Ronaldo gets to the point where he starts losing all his skills, I feel like he's got to call it. It's because it's system now. You can't do anything amazing anymore. I agree and disagree. I think Pep's not the only one to blame with that. I think club football going to system format might take away a bit of beautifulness from the sport, but I also think it can create it depending on what the system is. It's what you choose to watch and what you choose to support as well. Like, I think if you're just looking at City and the way they play, and let's say they're winning everything with that, sure, you might get upset that they're winning everything. But if you're supporting a team in like a third division that they don't give a crap about City, and they sign some promising player that's flashy on the wings, and they end up getting a big move and making a lot of money for the club, I think if you ask the fan of that football club, they really enjoy football, watching that sort of thing. But in general, if you ask a City fan if they enjoy the football, I honestly, I've met very few actual loyal City fans. I couldn't tell you what they enjoy about the club or watching the way they play. Like, the most I hear is, like, back when Aguero was playing. They fell in love through Aguero and things like that. Lakers get a steal at 17, by the way. He's legit. Look what happens when Doku plays for Belgium instead. What do you mean when he plays for Belgium instead? I haven't watched him a lot this tournament. Is he doing like really well without Pep? Is he doing really bad without him? Dude, if I see the number 500 on my screen, I'm going to be pissed. Okay, we're under it. Oof. Feels like I'm quick selling so many packs that it's not going down. We're making player picks, so we're not even making packs. We'll get some exchange players. But man. Dino said he won't watch Brazil anymore. Then didn't he make a statement after that saying he was kidding and it was to motivate them? And then they played like crap right after. He allowed to do all dribbling he wants, not pass back left and sideways. Would you say Doku's been doing fantastic for Belgium this tournament so far? Like I said, I haven't really been watching Belgium, so I have no idea. I'm assuming it's a critique of Pep's style of play. And the second he's away from that, he's able to thrive. Sounds like you're making an argument for. The one that pisses me the most off about City, some people point to Grealish. I think Haaland's the big one. Like, what would have happened to Haaland if he didn't go to City? The player he's become is so annoying. No, none of the Belgian players have been good. See, that's what I thought from the limited time I saw and from what I've seen people say. It's been Lukaku, VAR, offsides goals. De Bruyne serve it up, perfect passes. Lukaku missing everything. Doku dribbling and nothing happening. He's done okay. Take City players out of De Bruyne, Silva. Don't really turn. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. Hasn't De Bruyne basically been the one carrying Belgium? And it's him doing amazing and no one else doing crap? Doku's been good. But the way you're making it sound like he's better at City. You're just upset at the system he plays in. It sounds like you like his freedom that he has for Belgium, but he's not really doing much with Belgium. Otherwise, they'd be winning or he'd be scoring goals or... I don't get where the argument's going. Besides the creative, if you're sticking to the creative, like you enjoy watching him dribble more the way he does, I completely understand. But I'm not convinced by your other points. I can't wait for England to get knocked out. Germany are so good. Spain have been insane. Spain having the new system that they play in is really fun to watch. A lot more winger heavy. Cool to see. So, is Nico going to get a move? I know they value him, I think, is it around 40 to 50 mil? If a team would try to buy him. But it sounds like he's happy where he's at. Doku is just fast. You can say someone's just fast, but pace is an extremely valuable asset to have. You can learn skill moves as you go. You can learn shooting as you go. You can't teach pace to someone who doesn't have it. He's on 200K a week? Dang. He's not money. Are you completing? I did them an hour after it came out. I left one for the stream and the rest I got done. Oh yeah, we have all those packs to get to as well. We did the player picks from it, but all the packs we still can't see. How do they afford 200K a week? I'm trying to think of the sales they make. Who have they sold recently that generates them that money? What was the method? I didn't really use a method. Doing my existing methods that we've been doing for the past 4 months to make unlimited coins and packs. I just use my fodder for that to finish it. That's it. Nothing special. Think every player they have is from Academy or something? Academy's a fantastic investment, don't get me wrong. But I feel like the club that has an academy matters as well. If you're an academy player at a club and you have a great chance of progressing into that first team, or at least getting a look for the first team, and being able to still develop your game without necessarily having to go out on a loan, I feel like that's a fantastic place to be in. The teams that are way too good for academy players to break into and end up getting loaned out and or sold before they really start hitting kind of the level where they could maybe break into the likes of like a Real Madrid. I'm always curious to see how those work. Like probably if you're like a City, if City has a really good academy and the players don't really make the team, if you loan them out, they end up progressing and you sell them on for a decent amount of money and you put on a sell-on clause, you're probably not too worried about it. So it's probably like just a way to make money at that point. versus other clubs where it's not a way to make money. It's a way to make sustainable either growth in a league or maintain a certain level. Not gonna lie, I kind of feel like I'm just yapping right now. Not doing enough player picks or packs. We gotta keep grinding. Might take the 88 times 5 instead of Puskas. Got so many strikers. I don't think that's a crazy take at all. I think that makes sense. Dude, not gonna lie. You say role player super team. I'm not even going to talk about that, but I'm just going to bring up the fact that you said role player. I find role players in any sport more fascinating a lot of the times than the superstars. I like the fact that you can have a system, fit someone in it who's not a superstar, but they make or break the team, and they're underrated. Love that. Josh Hart is the GOAT role player in the NBA. I need to watch more NBA this year, man. Thoughts on the promo so far? I like it, but I don't know how they made the 79 triple worse than last week. What do you mean they made it worse than last week? Was it not 11 players last week, and they made it more players this time, or it was no rares and... I have all my saved ones. I haven't tried the new one yet. Definitely take the 88 times 5 if I wasn't level 4. Level 4, bro? Ready for this flex? Level 1. What's up? Last week was 11, but no rares. Did they change the nations that are included in it at all? Is it the same nations? Thoughts on the promo so far? I like it. My issue coming into this promo that I thought would happen is the high-end things like Dino would be impossible to pack, and the low-end stuff would be harder to pack than the low ends from other promos, just because of the fact they're heroes and icons. So far, that hasn't been an insane problem. If anything, I feel like the amount of gold walkouts I've gotten from player picks has kind of been crazy, where I'm not really feeling a hit at all. But once we start running lower on packs, we'll really see later this week what this becomes. But I'm enjoying it so far. Yeah, pack weight's not going to be the greatest, but it's also better than I expected, if that makes sense. It's not good by any means, but I thought it'd be a struggle to even get one. New nations, they adjust the pack nations with the pool of players in the promo. Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, when you have more nations centered around, or you have more of the cards in the promo centered around those top nations, they're going to have to, in theory, make them harder. Which, if you think about it, shouldn't that be a good sign that E is afraid we're going to pack them in that pack? That they made it quote-unquote harder than last week? I think that's a sign you should be doing them. It was a good way to get rares also. Yeah. I don't know. I'm not really struggling to get any kind of card right now, but we'll see later on once I get through all my packs what becomes the biggest struggle. Yeah. I wonder what they're going to do for a future week. Which, like, big icons and heroes have been left out so far? I'm ready for shapeshifters whenever, man. Got another 88. Beautiful. Beautiful. All right, let's keep going. You sell 200? It doesn't get down. It changes, like, the packs you have, for sure. But yeah, I agree. You're always making packs outside of the ones you open. It goes into something and it makes more. I'm still fighting with, like, again, realistically, what the best use of our time is. Like, I enjoyed getting League SBCs back into the mix. That was fun. We did about 50 run-throughs in the past 48 hours. We'll see how many liquid coins we get at the end of it. But now I'm out of 2 of the weeks, so I gotta get those back in. How tall is Giannis? We'll be waiting a long ass time for shapeshifters. Dude, we're getting more COD information soon, I believe. But I hope we get a when does the COD beta normally come out? Dude, if we could get our hands on the Black Ops 6 beta before the end of summer, that would be sick. But what? Most likely it'd be September, with the game coming out end of October, I think. A Giannis operator. He's 6'11". 7 foot. I mean, if I was 6'11", I'd say I was 7 foot. Gonna be let down, Mumbo? I mean, the way you play Call of Duty, it might be a letdown. For me, no matter what, I will get my money's worth. For the simple fact that the first thing I'm doing is maxing out my zombie camos and grinding prestiges. I'll get enjoyment out of that. And S&D. Private match launch, you'd be done. Yeah, simply the fact that I get the nostalgia feeling and the Christmas morning feeling as a kid when the game comes out, that alone makes it worth it. But no, if you look at my playtime of Cold War in the past month, I've played an insane amount. Oh, we're having other packs start popping up now. We're getting towards the end. Domination clears S&D. I mean, it depends what you're playing for as well. I love pub stomping lobbies with friends and respawn game modes like Domination. But I really enjoy what I know on map, and I'm just trying to chill. Dropping like 10 to 15 kills in S&D. Absolutely destroying the lobby. So fun. S&D is the best. S&D, in my opinion, any respawn game mode, you can learn spawns. Obviously, the quality of the opponent might change, but you can get the fundamentals down and get better at it. What I like so much about S&D, what makes S&D unique, is you can look at how the professionals play S&D, all the tactics they do, all the setups, and you can be playing against people who think that way too, and that's a benefit to you. But it's the same way that like you hear footballers and other athletes talk about it. It's playing the people who don't know what they're doing that makes it more difficult, because you're expecting one thing and they do another. Or it's like you're trying to do a skill move on a guy who's never defended in his life. He's not going to fall for the random moves you're doing. I feel like in S&D that's always fun, because it's like you'll go the same routes. You'll do maybe similar commands where you're holding up in a room. You're holding cross points. But then it's a dude randomly with a rocket launcher that shoots it from the back of the map the second you come around the corner. And his buddy that's sitting with a riot shield. That eventually gets you. Sunderland, stop. Really hope in Black Ops 6 they make it so your teammates can't steal your execution kill. That's so stupid. I feel like, in general, regardless of people's thoughts on Cold War as a game, whether it's from zombies or multiplayer, I think the critique of Black Ops 6 might be it's a Cold War 2.0 at the very worst. I think that will be the complaint people have if there's complaints. What do you think Chris Riggs' KD is? Chris Riggs doesn't strike me as a Call of Duty player. He strikes me as a Roblox player. Cold War was good. Cold War decent. Cold War came out when I wasn't playing COD, and I went back and started playing it and enjoyed it a lot. 0.79. I don't know. But then again, too, the way I view any video game in general outside of FIFA/EAFC is different. Like, I don't need a game to last me a full year. Even if I can get a few months out of a game, it's worth it in my opinion. Hey Reed, you have received your $1,000 fine due to completely ignoring a pro club's invite earlier in the day. We need an extra member, and we felt completely saddened when you didn't join. Okay, Beak, first of all, buddy, if you're sending me an invite when I'm not live actively playing that thing, there's probably a negative 100% chance that I'm joining, just for the sheer fact that I'm not actively on the game if I'm not streaming. I believe I was sitting on the menus when you sent me that message. That being said, though, it's not that I wouldn't want to play with you. It's I think I'd be doing your team a disservice, man. You guys are so quality at pro clubs. I think I would hurt you guys if I stepped on the pitch. All I need, COD, is a small map like Shipment or Nuketown, and that in a 24/7 playlist. There'll be a Nuketown. I don't know if there's a Nuketown only playlist. I think there's a guaranteed Nuketown, and it might be a pre-order thing too. We quite literally just started. Nah, I'd be a letdown, man. I don't think you guys need me. Did stats not save the average KD of most is like 0.75? See, I don't trust average KDs anymore. Because if you have skill-based matchmaking, I don't feel like KDs are really averaged correctly. Because the way that would work is, I think they're bringing you back towards that average, whatever it would be. If they want the average KD to be set around a 0.79 or whatever you put, like a 0.75, the way they do that is if you're getting constant 1.5 to 2.0s on a new account or you're just starting, the lobbies are very quickly going to match you with people similar to that, where your KD in general is going to drop more towards that one. Then you're going to be put with people that are above your rank that are going to hit you down a little bit. Those lobbies are always super fun when you spawn in and there's all the kill streaks going on. John, just what's up, buddy? I don't know. I treat COD the same way that people treat FIFA. There's always, the game's big enough, there's always going to be people complaining. Always people saying, I'm not falling for it, I'm not going to buy it this year. If you guys don't want to buy it, if you guys think it's going to be a bad game, if you play it and think it's a bad game, by all means, have your opinion. It's not stopping me from getting it and playing for the reasons I want to play. It's simple as that. My KD is 1.6 in Warzone, but I don't know about multiplayer. Our club is... Wait, is it actually called Mamba FC? Alright, I'll tell you what. If you're still here in an... It's almost 6 o'clock now. Are you still on playing? Nah, sorry. I was going to say we could give you guys one match if you wanted to run one with Mumble FC. And you could maybe even recruit a few more people in chat. Nuketown's the GOAT map. I like Nuketown way more than any of the shipment maps over the years. Nuketown just has the aesthetic to it. And it is also a small map. But it's also big at the same time. Like you have the line of sight. Like what makes Nuketown so good... You can drop a lot of kills. Kill streaks are really great. You can level up guns quick. But you're also not instantly spawn trapped the same way that Shipment is. Black Ops 2 had really good maps. Yeah. Hijacked Raid. Yeah, you can do long shots for weapons. Don't get me wrong. Grinding weapons on Shipment isn't the worst thing in the world. But there's only so much you can do. You're limited on it. And I enjoy that more for turning my head off. Just going through the motions. Not caring about KD. Slowly getting my weapons upgraded. Not caring about streaks. Rather than absolutely sweating it. If we're going that route, 100%. Shipment's the way to go. But Nuketown, in terms of enjoyment, I get a lot more enjoyment out of. So it would be possible, maybe another day, but Blake, I'll let... Beak, do you know how it works with having an actual club? Because all my buddies and I, we just do drop-in matches. We don't have an actual club. If I join your pro club's club, will I still be able to do my drop-in matches? Or will it be something where I have to consistently leave the club? Do I need to send you my resume? Are we doing that? I forget his name on TikTok, but are we going to start doing that? We do like tryouts. You can drop in and play league matches at the same time. Got it. Russ's asked out was good in OGMW2, but does not play well at all now. Yeah, also like the player base is completely different too. I feel like what made MW2 as good as it was back in the day, but also like potentially as bad was... Anytime a score streak can take you to the next score streak, or I guess technically kill streak back then, you don't need to be able to get a lot of kills. You just need to be smart with your kill streaks, and you can dominate a lobby. Like, realistically, I feel like maybe not the average player, but if you consistently play a game, I feel like the average player could get a 5 kill streak. If you can get a little bit past that and push towards 7 kills and get yourself a, was it a missile strike? Into a chopper gunner slash AC-130 into a nuke. If you can get that 7 kills down consistently and just play a map well and have positioning. Excuse me? Why was I ignored earlier? Are you talking to me? If you're talking to me, it wasn't nothing out of the ordinary. I ignored you the same amount I ignore you. I don't appreciate this as the starting right back of the Mumbo's FC Pro Club team. Dude, I love dogs in Black Ops 2 and Black Ops 1, man. Black Ops 1 dogs were so satisfying. I remember back in Black Ops 1 when it was the first COD that I actually owned myself that was either bought by me / like I got as a gift. Like my aunt gave me Cold War on the Wii because I asked for it. She had it and wasn't playing it. I'm like, okay, give this a try. But like I got a PS3 for Christmas. I got Black Ops 1 for Christmas. I had to start from like basics learning the game. Dude, I remember I had to run... Is it Hijack? I would run the perk that would allow you to change what you got in a care package. And I would just get multiple care packages a game and constantly change it. And I'd do it to a rate where I'd constantly get the better score streaks without having to get the kills. It was so fun. What's better, 79 times 3 or 81 PP? 81 PPs have been killing it for me. Are you asking in terms of like what your better pack pulls will be, or like what's the best for like craft and like player picks and stuff like that? Like Team of the Week player picks and things like that. I feel like both will be relatively fun. Yeah, I'm very nostalgia-based for Black Ops 1. I'm also very Black Ops heavy when it comes to Call of Duties, where my hot take is all the Black Ops games from Black Ops 1 to Black Ops 3, I rank higher than the Modern Warfare games. Not as a disservice to the Modern Warfare games, but I think that's because the Treyarch ones are so good. MW3 was amazing. MW2 was great. But Black Ops 2 and Black Ops 3 were some of the best Call of Duties of all time. Black Ops 1 was so dang good. Am the Moroccan dude? Dude, is this like your third account? Or do you keep coming in with the same one saying you're the Moroccan dude? Same account, brother, and then welcome back, buddy. Bonjour. Dude, speaking about bonjour, didn't the #1 draft pick this year in the NBA come from France? What's happening, dude? Is it the European takeover or the NBA? Both the top picks? Dang. Here's a random French guy. Okay. This, I didn't see much of him. The one highlight I saw of him was versus Bronny at some, I don't know if it was the Combine or something. He didn't look that crazy. Is the class just not that good this year? Or was I not given the right material to look at? Pecked LP? Nice. Really isn't that good apart from a few? Gotcha. I'm going to start hitting some of these 77 plus times 5s now. We'll see how good they are. Class is stacked, but none of them are good enough for number 1 picks. Do you feel like, trying to relate the NBA to like football for a second, in recent years, do you feel like it's become a thing where there's potentially enough talent already in the NBA where draft picks are given more of like development roles than necessarily needing superstars? Or has that kind of always been the case? It's like, I feel like with the money teams have and the ability to trade for other players, and drafting on specific roles, unless your team's absolutely crap, you're probably not drafting a superstar. You're probably drafting more of a role player, right? Hearing Mobile FC is stacked with world-class players, by the way. Oh, by the way, my players are right wing. If I do play with you guys. Role players are making more than Vinny Jr. What's the least amount of money someone who gets drafted to the NBA makes? Swears tried that with Wiseman. He's a huge bust. Got to go with the best no matter what the fit. That must be such a wild thing, though, if you're trying to build a system. But I guess you can trade, too. So, like, ultimately, if you're in a better place than another team, you can get a better player. You could trade for a player that suits you more in a draft pick or multiple draft picks in future runs. I think minimum's probably like $1 million. Warriors passed up on LaMelo. Does anyone remember how many packs we started with? Every time I see the number, as high as it is, I get frustrated. We grinded way too hard. Oh, it's biting us in the butt. I'm the rockin' dude. Dude, I'm going to sleep right now. Sounds good, buddy. Have a good night. Mbappe? No, fraud. The 88 times 5 was good. 2 heroes, 1 icon. Nice. NBA money's different. OG game paid 200 mil. Dude, baseball money's crazy too. Like Todd Bowley owns, I believe it's the Dodgers, and he does similar things, I believe, with the contracts where he'll put them on super long amount of years to pay them out throughout a certain amount of time so they can afford more talent at the same time. Crazy. In general, I don't know how you guys want to go about menu grinding with the crafting upgrade. I feel like us degenerates get it done like the second it comes out. So there's nothing left for us to craft. I guess in general, if you still have them, they're better than player picks. They're better than 79 plus times 3s in terms of how you should rate them. So if you can get them done, get them done. But you'll have no problem getting them done for when they're out. So I don't know necessarily what to tell you. If you want to balance them with PPs, you can. College basketball coach making 50 mil. Yeah, the thing is about the United States, people understand it and they also don't understand it at the same time. The money's crazy, but because the money's crazy, it's also an extremely big issue. The way sports leagues are set up, there's a ton of money in them. The issue is if you try to make football one of those, actual football, not American football, it's extremely difficult to make it kind of how European formats are or the rest of the world. If you're, let's say, trying to buy an NBA team, trying to buy an NFL team, you're buying it not expecting you're going to end up in the G League or like the XFL, or you're going to leave the NFL. So when these businesses get bought, the reason they're as expensive as they are, it's essentially not a guaranteed investment, but a lot of people treat them that way. And there's a lot of money in these areas. If you take something like the MLS, the way it's being built and the way they expand teams in, there's really no incentive outside of the love of the sport for a lot of these owners to potentially risk their business going under. Especially when you're like a Messi, who when he retires, he's going to be able to get a MLS expansion team for an extreme discounted price where it's literally guaranteed profit the second it goes live. He could sell it and be making a crap ton of money. Like, look at Beckham when Beckham got Inter Miami. Look up how much Beckham bought Inter Miami for. I believe it was like something like most MLS team expansions cost, I think, 50 to 100 mil. I think he got them for like 20, 25. And adding Messi to the team already has them valued at, I think, $500 million. They're worth like 500 million off that alone. Like insane levels of money. B didn't play baseball till like 16. Jokic was fat. Giannis was a twig. Dude, I love watching that video a few times a year of Giannis mopping floors at a basketball game. Dude looked like a complete stick and a nobody. He paid 25. I finished all my crafting essentially an hour after it came out, Patrick, yes. Now it's up to $1 billion, yeah. So it's constantly going up. The issue is, though, if you're David Beckham and any team that goes through this, because the Saudi League is the same way. When the superstar's there, you get all this pull, but when they leave, you realistically are going to expect a huge drop-off. How do you react to it? Because even if you treat attendance at Inter Miami games, now that Messi's at the Copa, extremely low numbers versus when he's there. That should be expected to a certain extent, though. The question is, how are you going to treat it as a business model once he leaves? Are you going to continue to try to buy aging world-class talent for marketing reasons? Are you going to try to develop some local people? Maybe some MLX next kids? Who knows? Winner's going to buy the NBA team in Vegas? Dude, Wisconsin needs a hockey team, man. I would 100%, if Madison or Milwaukee got a hockey team, I would go to so many games. Did I get anything from crafting upgrades? I've opened like 10 of them so far. Got, I think, a few walkouts. And I have still like 150 plus to open. And then all the packs that came with it. I still have well over 400 packs I need to get through first. Katie said he wants to bring back his Seattle team. That could make sense. West expands Timberwolves get moved to Eastern Conference. Also, too, like maybe Europeans that watch the NBA, but like if you're a European that only watches football, I feel like it's extremely hard to comprehend the geography of the United States when it comes to travel for like games and leagues. It's insane, man. Are you a fan of the Packers? When I watch NFL, yeah. I'm going to the Packers versus Colts game this year. Yeah, it didn't work for the Chinese league. It also, there was some issues with the government of China, which led to that as well. But yeah, the Chinese government gave up on it in a lot of different ways. But yeah, just buying star power like Oscar was not working. But also, too, China, United States, two completely different companies when it comes to countries, when it comes to the culture and, like, realistically what you can expect from the league. Same way, like, the Saudis completely different. Like, each country has its own politics, demographics, situations that might make it better or worse for a league to potentially be there. Like, for example, you get crap going to the MLS and you get crap for going to the Saudi league. The difference is you get doing it for the money crap for both leagues. You get political reasons for going to the Saudi league. And then you get retirement league going to the MLS. Like, you get crap no matter what when you move out of Europe. They should make the 77x5 a separate repeatable SBC. I think they should just keep it out like I said before. Have the set amount that you want for objectives, but have it be unlimited for the amount of time it's out. I hate how they have the limit still on it. Even if they give us a little less time to do it, I feel like most people get it done like instantly. Girls just wanna have fun. You get crap for MLS. No one rates America. I mean, America's always going to get crap when it comes to the sport. That's always going to be there. Even if the MLS was, let's say, a thriving league, let's say it had relegation, promotion, all the things that Europeans wanted, we'd still get crap for being the United States trying to do football. Biden versus Trump debate, people are watching on Streamies. Bro, dude. The crazy thing about the debate was, I don't think the debate... How do I word this? I think anyone who watched the debate already had the idea of who they were going to vote for beforehand and weren't going to change their mind if you hardcore support a candidate or party. But I feel like the thing that everyone shared is they were either less confident in their candidate or they're like, yeah, we're screwed. Bro, when they started beefing about golf, I lost it, man. It literally became a meme. Like, it started somewhat normal. Like, Biden sounded like his voice was going out and he was dying for part of it. And Trump wasn't, because the mics were turned off, wasn't going, like, extremely disrespectful right away. And Trump was actually, like, initially answering questions, giving it back and forth to Biden. And then at one point, Biden, I think, either called him a name or insulted his character or something. And then it just flipped where any question Trump got, he had to finish his last thought to Biden because he had to one-up him. He couldn't let him character check him, so he had to give an insult back. But then he couldn't stop himself from giving the insult, so he had to keep going, which resulted in him not answering the question. And then Biden would do the same thing, where he'd get a question, and he'd somewhat try to answer it, but then he had to give something back to Trump, and it just left with nothing being answered. It just became a back and forth of them yelling at each other, slowly becoming more and more deranged. By the way, if you live in the United States, I think it's extremely obvious, not to get political, who you should vote for this election. If it's not Mumbo Elite, you're wasting your vote, in my opinion. Get me into office, I will ban the sale of FIFA points. And make it a 100K a year for you to grind menus on EAFC. Make libs great again. We're going to run on exchanges and league SBCs. Biden can't even speak properly. He hasn't been able to in a while. And, like, about Biden, like, regardless of your thoughts politically or, like, your thoughts on the guy, I think objectively, if you look at him, I mean, if you look at any aging person from now, look back like 5 years ago, 10 years ago, you just see such a steep decline in him. And I feel like people were gaslit for so long that, oh, he's not cognitively declining. But I feel like this debate finally kind of put that to end. And it's now, oh, yeah, but he's old. What do you expect? But for the longest time, like, I thought I was going crazy the past few years. Because it's like, hey, he reminds me of, like, a grandparent, man. Who just should retire and, like, enjoy being with his family. Imagine Biden dropped ultimate player pick method and Trump countered with lib and sun flipping. They go back and forth on how high of an exchange we should have. Biden's been in office for 4 years and he hasn't given us a 90-plus exchange. Trump says he'll run on that to give us all the way up to a 99. Every American I see on social media loves Trump. It's very divided in the United States, I feel like, regardless of who you support or your politics. It's always kind of been that way, too. But yeah, like I said, if you live in the United States and you're not voting for Mumble Elite, I don't know what you're doing. We're going to make libs great again. Best pull of the day? Probably Desai or Muller. Muller's probably the most expensive at 1.5 mil. I don't know how much he's worth now. Banning FIFA points means more competition grinding. True. I didn't think about that. Do you think Mr. Beast could genuinely get elected if he ran? I would say maybe not Mr. Beast himself, but the idea of in 5 to 10, maybe 15 years, you see a lot of people who do content creation getting into politics and winning elections. I think without a doubt would happen. I think you're already starting to see it happen. Popularity of social media reflecting getting into government. The issue is, though, regardless of any popularity someone has, let's say you are Mr. Beast. We'll use Trump as the example of Mr. Beast. If you're Mr. Beast, and let's say you look at Trump before politics. Most people love Trump before politics. He was in a crap ton of rap songs. He was a successful businessman, whether you think he's successful or not. He made a lot of money, whether you say it was from his dad, whatever the case may be. He was extremely well liked. There's obviously people who still hated him, but he was genuinely extremely popular in the eyes of the world. Then when he ran, he initially wasn't going to be a certain party at first. Like, you could see him being a Democrat, you could see him a Republican, you could see him kind of fit whatever that mold was going to be. And regardless of what party he would have went to or what values he'd distill and run on, half the country would now hate him because of it. So Mr. Beast, I would see, is the same way, where it's like, even though Mr. Beast has a lot of pull, if he tries to support a certain party over another, or he has certain takes on certain policies, he's instantly going to lose a crap ton of people. That's just the nature of politics. but imagine I'm thinking in my head, imagine Mr. Beast making a video where he's like, we're gonna drop 100 nukes today on China as he's doing like a video on it. Make sure to like and subscribe. You see Nick Merckx was saying to the guy who worked with Mr. Beast? Oh, I saw something about that, yeah. Make FIFA points cheaper to take down a competition grinding? Last to get nukes survives. No. It's gonna be fuck. Flare Foot, Foot Crunch. Those two, you know how they do the videos where I don't know if Foot Crunch does them. I know for sure Flare Foot does them. Flare Foot's heavily influenced by Foot Crunch, where they do you have either a league or a country play each other in FIFA, and then the winning team takes over the area until like a team or a country has the whole map. Imagine that, but like with nukes, where you have like each country nuking each other, and as you nuke a country, you take over that country until it's one country that has like the whole world. It's literally imperialism, yeah. Instead of football imperialism, it's just imperialism. We reinvented the wheel all the way to the point where it just became back to basics. What a content. Now, if I was president, I would have my own 6 p.m. content where every single day, right on the dot, I would make some public statement. No one would know what it'd be about, but everyone would tune in. I would come on, I'd be like, $85 plus times 10, unlimited repeatable for the next week. And walk away. Packway has been absolutely amazing tonight. For me, it comes in waves, man. And if you guys are wondering why I'm quick selling players and wasting, we have way too many packs. I'm trying to speed through this a little bit. But yeah. I don't know, man. Like, politics, that's very clear. You can see division in. But, like, even, like, look at football clubs. How many people do you see? I don't know in real life if it's different than social media. It probably is. But it's, like, very quickly how easy it is for, if you support a certain football club, to absolutely hate fans of another football club. Or see them as lesser than. Or instantly have an idea of what kind of person they are because of the club they support. Like, it's teams, man, at the end of the day. Everyone wants to be on a team. If anything, what social media has done is if you look back to, like, your household, your neighbors, maybe your school, your church, your local football club, whatever it is, there'd be a limited amount of people that you talk to on a daily basis. And if you live in the same area, you have similar lifestyles, you probably share a lot of the same values. And there wasn't a crap ton you'd maybe disagree with. If you did disagree with different things, you could probably talk about it to that person. We now live in a social media era where regardless if you agree 100% with some person or some ideology or something, there's always going to be another ideology or people or a group in the same space that are constantly going to be fighting you. So, like, it's very easy to log on to social media and always just see fights everywhere. You kind of have to go out of your way to avoid it. I need to reset the game, Mumbo. Are you saying because of my pack luck right now, or what? Sunderland fans can't stand them. I know, right? Crazy Sunderland fans. No shot another hour went by. Did I just not relist those quick enough? Dude, no shot another hour went by. All right. I'm going to get a full transfer list before we start because I'm probably not going to get to the tradable packs for a bit still. So we'll take advantage of all these extra ones. If we sold like, what, 11 there? With less than, I think, 30 cards on our transfer list, that's impressive. Today's statement is hi, goodbye. The days I would drop nonsense, I would get in front of the microphone, act like I'm about to make a statement, like I'd walk up and just walk away without saying anything. Leave all the reporters there. And then randomly, unexpectedly come out 2 hours later and say something on the mic. Or I do something like we start a war with some country, and then I see there's a lot of criticism of me, so I get back on the mic and I say, due to unseen circumstances, we've decided to remove ourselves from this war. We will reach out to those affected and give compensation. Just seeing a Sunderland fan reply with eyes under a Rashford transfer post. Wait, actually? Well, what's the account that did it? Can you tell me their name? I might know them. Dude, I'll tell you what. I bet every fan base is like this, but the extremes of how everything's falling apart versus like how quickly it turns around is insane if you're only listening to the people in the comments. My goodness. You would think Sunderland was at risk of relegation, which technically we finished somewhat mid-table, which was expected after like the playoff run the previous year. But like you'd expect like our owner should sell the club, kill himself because everything's going to crap. But then we put together a good storefront and sell out our kits. We're now going to be in the Premier League after this season. Like how quickly that turned around. No, not actually. Imagine, though. I mean, the way a lot of United fans have been talking about Rashford, I wouldn't be surprised if he's in the championship pretty soon. Hey, for those of you guys in chat who support a Premier League team, how do you view the championship in general? Because I feel like if you're used to the level of the Prem, especially if you're like a top half of the table team, you probably see the championship as somewhat easy. But like, I feel like if you support a team that's constantly at risk of relegation, you think of the championship differently. I don't know. I find championship extremely entertaining because it's so many different levels of football at the same time where you don't know what to expect. It's like you get a newly promoted League One team that barely has any money. Most likely he's going to get relegated again. They got players on huge amount of wages that shouldn't be on those wages. You'll have then teams that just came from the Prem that are relegated, that have an insane amount of money and a lot of talent that they're keeping on their team from the Prem and think they're going to cakewalk the league. You got all the big spenders at the top of the table with new ownership trying to buy their way out of the league. You got players that should be getting playtime in the Prem, but the team they play for isn't giving them that. Instead of loaning them to another Prem team, they loan them to the championship and they start balling out, a.k.a. Amad Diallo. You just get so many different levels, man. Untested foreign talent coming into the league. Bunch of French players. Your occasional Turkey player. A lot of people from the Eredivisie. Do the manager contracts sell? No, I've never sold a contract ever, so that's why I do this. Yeah, I do get lots of sales. But, like I said, I don't recommend anyone do this unless you have extreme patience. Today's content's been moved to 8 p.m. Playoffs are great. I love the playoffs, man. Imagine accidentally quick selling these for 3 coins. Or is it 3 coins? Is it 4? What did it say there? 3? 405 for all of them. Just think about all the bronze pack we did over the years. And all the ones we quick sold. I will say, though, when I spam BPM at times next year, because even though I don't think BPM's worth the time for most people at this point, especially with how good menu grind has been most of the year, I will say, though, I'll treat manager contracts now as like an investment, both for buying them and BPM, where I just want to stockpile so many. I want to go absolutely crazy with these next year. I wonder how they would be on the web app. Like the first week. I wonder how much like new players would buy contracts for. Especially since most people have lower rated teams. Maybe some newbies are rocking like bronze teams, silver teams. Crazy. Crazy. Not to like bring it back up and like go on like any tangents with it, but like just in general, as like a yes or no, and if you want to give maybe like a sentence explaining, you can. Does politics in your country, wherever you're from, seem extremely divisive as well? Because I know it's just not a United States thing. I know that for a fact. But, like, I wonder what it seems like the level of divisive it is in the United States compared to maybe, like, other countries. No, in the UK, everyone just hates the government. That's becoming more and more of a common thing in the United States too. Like that's, I think, the most popular thing at this point is, regardless of what your beliefs are, most people don't trust the government. Hold on, let me do my sweep real quick. Have you noticed, Blake? There seems to be way less cards within the hour, too. Just listed on the market in general. I wonder if bronzes are going to follow suit with silvers. And there's a point where we see bronze common ones like insta-selling for like 2.5k plus. Like, even the rares I'm noticing have more value than usual. Norway also has 2 large parties, but also several small ones that all get a certain amount of power based on the number of votes. Okay. Yeah, I changed it a few times there, and I'll see different things pop up. I've noticed that too, and I'll also, like, when I buy a card, before I start in my club, I'll occasionally compare price. That seems to open up a different market too. Weird how that works. Alright, my rule of thumb right now, unless it's a exchange duplicate, or I get 3+ duplicates, I'm just going to keep spamming these. If it's 2 dupes, I'll quick sell and keep going. If it's consistently 2 dupes, we'll then go in and fix it. But I think in terms of the sake of time with menu grinds, This is going to become more and more important as the year goes on. Like, see, there's a 3. Now we go. How's the pack weight for this promo? Better than expected, but still really hard to get the best of the best. It's not great. It's not horrible. It's that, like, somewhat in between. Are you banned on Pale Tools? Yes, I got banned twice today. Soft banned twice today. That was to be expected, to be fair, but for the exchange grind, is it better? I mean, I got a 1.5 million icon in one of my first exchanges today. Quite a few people in chat have been getting icon or heroes and exchange ones. Same with player picks. Oh. Sign players solely on international tournaments. We have our sport back. West Ham have made an offer for 20 million euros for top scorer Georges Mikadzouzi. Dang. Come on, EA. Hurry up. Connecting to Ultimate Team is not possible at this moment. But it made the player pick. That's a new one. It actually crafted the player pick this time. I think that went through. Because we had 3 dupes, so if it's shown 4 there. Should be good. Also, too, for those of you wondering, right now I'm not caring about ratings. I'm just trying to get through everything in my club, or get through the packs I have. So right now I'm not doing any Team of the Week player picks or worried about League SBCs. I'm simply just anything that's below an 85 I'm putting into player picks and opening my save packs. We'll have a certain grind once we're out of these, but we made 400 plus of these 79 triples before new content today. We were grinding that the past 2 days, saving those up. And then we did all 160 plus the objective bonus rewards from those that we haven't yet been able to get to. Oh, my patience, be tested. I'm almost 500k into bronze, silver, common, magic contracts. Going all in. Just gonna list. I mean, to be honest, if you see anytime you see them on the market, whether you want to list them right away, I think honestly right now the move for me is going to go more towards, instead of listing them, put League SBC / Team of the Week player pick golds on my transfer list and just stockpile contracts, because I think they're going towards the direction of less and less on the market, more and more people doing them, where the price is higher. I think it wouldn't be crazy to assume bronze contracts matching kind of the silver ones eventually, where they maybe go for like 3K plus within the hour, but maybe very quickly go for like 2K and below, and almost without a doubt for like 2.5 within the hour. Think I'll do the crafting upgrade thing when the player picks get poopy again. That's not a bad thing to, if you're not going to grind the menus much, or you're focusing on those player picks. You want to wait to see what we get Monday to have something to put them into. That's not a bad idea. Probably go down against Hamburg. Kuchar probably, and decide to drop a stinker. In training, he played full Craig on top and put Havertz into Wirtz position and dropped Wirtz. Really? That's crazy, man. Also, too, another thing I'm curious with, how often these manager cards are actually getting listed up. Because, like, we sit there, we check for like a minute, and then we go on about our day. How often are new ones getting listed? Like, there's one that was up for a minute. If I would have waited another minute, it'd probably get bought. Did I open the 600K pack? No. And I don't know if I'm going to do that one this week. It's pretty bad value. I'll probably still end up doing it, but not worried about it too much right now. Also, if you guys just want like easy flips, if you can pick up manager rare gold contracts for 200 coins, you can sell a lot of these for 400, 500 in bulk. It's going to be difficult to win them on bid for 150, 200. But if you can get them. Look at that. 3 minutes on the, or 2 minutes on the market. We'll sell that for 3,500 plus. Like, just going back and forth between gold rares, like, I almost want to start buying, whether this is a good idea or not, the ones that are past an hour. If the other ones expire. It's more of a pain picking them up than selling? Yeah. I agree. See, now I feel like there's way more cards on the market than it was shown before. Alright. Back to clearing our club into player picks. Now that we're doing 77 plus times 5s, we'll be getting some lib cards in here too. Probably start checking these in. E6. Come on. Yeah, you can sell them for 5K if you keep listing. I'd be careful, though, selling at the max price limit. I'm trying to stay away from that. If there would be bans for quote-unquote coin selling or prices, it'd have to do with max limits without them being extinct. Come on. Alright. I think I'm going to keep opening off stream. I haven't eaten dinner yet. It's already coming on 7 o'clock. So I'm going to do that. I'll keep opening packs off stream. I'll let you guys know if I pack anything. My goal by tomorrow, aka today, Saturday, whatever day it is for you. Saturday will be live sometime after new content. I'll try to have my League SBC packs in front, the tradable ones, so we can start making coins off of those. We'll keep spamming player picks. We'll keep spamming these packs. We'll spam everything, man. Alright, take it easy. God bless. Have a good night. Peace. Mohammed, let's go.